All right, and we are live. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Let me just make sure I got everything hooked up properly. Yep, okay, there we go. YouTube's been acting weird. It's not going, the stream isn't full screen on my phone for some reason, so I don't know what's up with that, but I don't think it should cause us any problems. The stream looks like it's doing just fine here. Yep, welcome everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year, by the way. This is the first stream of 2025, first thing on the channel in 2025, actually. And I just thought, I don't have much going on. I thought it would be nice to do a stream today, kind of kick off the year. Yeah, I got Ernie Gearson. I haven't said that yet. That's actually kind of why I put it in the thumbnail. Yeah, I got Ernie Gearson's 2025 release. Finally, I have seen that wave like 6 separate times. And I finally found Ernie. He was missing every single time. I finally found him at a local toy store. Same local toy store I talk about quite a bit. I found many items there over the years, but yeah, I finally got Ernie. He's gonna be the first review for the year. I'll probably do it later today, but we'll have to see. Ernie's been located now. We just need to locate Bert. Yeah, I gotta ask Uptown Funk if he knows where that guy is. Well, Ernie, Misty Motorcross is a female character that's been confirmed by multiple pieces of Cars media. There are several female characters that have the grill. It does typically represent a mustache, but it's not exclusive to male characters. Keel Motoray comes to mind. I don't think they had Misty being a female character in mind when they designed the character, but that's just what they decided when they did Meet the Cars. The green car in the background, this is Logan Gearsall. I got him recently as well. One of the Ghost cars, the Ghost Model T, which I keep forgetting I bought. I also have one of the 2025 Mini Racer packs behind there. I keep forgetting that I bought Logan Gearsall and the Ken and Janoki 2-pack, but I'm very excited. No, I don't have Mater's GRC jump scare. I don't have Mater's cousins. They're so expensive. They're like $100 each. I do have Go-Go Logano. I have both of the Go-Go's. They are on the other side of the room now. Is it true that GRC Rip is coming? Yeah, we've had some Walmart leaks for GRC, Jeff, Lewis, and Rip. So here's hoping Nigel gets added to that list. He would be the only one we're missing. Loose, the cousins are like 30 bucks. Are they? Are they? Well, that's still 90 total. I'm really about to type in Disney Cars Cletus. That is one of them, right? Cletus? Okay, so actually, yeah, here's the listing for 50 bucks. Here's all 3 of them loose for $160. Jeez. Here's the 3-pack for $160 in box. Yeah, no, they are not $30 loose. The cheapest loose listing, and currently the only loose listing I could see, it was $50. Buford, we could check Buford. Okay, Buford, you're right. Buford is $33 loose, the cheapest listing, plus shipping. I'm not counting shipping. I think the reason why Rip isn't in the Cars 2 game is the same reason why Rip isn't in a lot of early Cars 2 media. It's because he was supposed to be killed off in an earlier draft. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why we didn't get him for 2 years in the diecast line. I know, Rod Redline, but still, Rip is missing from a lot of early Cars 2 stuff, and I always assumed it was because he was supposed to die. The yellow one isn't Buford. The yellow one is the one we haven't looked up yet. That's Judd. So we can look up Judd. No, there's one listing for Cousin Judd, and it's $65. He seems to be the rarest right now, actually. The Cars 2 video game is actually my personal favorite. Actually, my personal favorite. So, I just think while I love the fact that the older games have story modes and mini games, Cars 2 is my personal favorite because it has the biggest character roster, and I think it's just the most fun as a racing game. One v one me in detonator mode. We see Mater's Cousins in Cars Adventures. Well, I don't own them, so unfortunately not. Well, the next season of Cars Adventures come out. Well, the current season still has 8 episodes left. Hate to break it to you guys, we're still not done with that one. And then I'm not entirely sure. For now, I'll probably say maybe like the start of March. No, I have the real Dale Earnhardt Jr. I actually reviewed him very recently. I would like to get I really want to get that rubber tires variant that uses the Aiken model, but you're right, there is a bootleg of him that uses the other model. No way, it's Calypso. Welcome, Calypso. I know that guy. Rank all the Cars video games you own. Let's see. In last place, Cars Tunes for the Wii. Shoot, wait, that's hard to do. I actually don't own the Cars 2 game. But to rank the console games, let's see. Ahem. last place, Driven to Win. Then Cars Tunes. Then Mater National. I beat it in 2 days. There's not much there. Then the Cars 2 game. Then Race-O-Rama. Then Cars 1. Literally fight me. I haven't played the Cars Tunes Wii game in years. Like, Mater National is such a downgrade from the first Cars game. It's insane. The amount of downscaling it does, the only bonus points it gets are how many original characters they made for it. I was the voice of the king in the Cars, in the Piston Cupsters video. I don't think that 9-pack got canceled, actually. I've seen people discussing that. I don't think we have confirmation that it got canceled, honestly. Well, here's the thing, guys. I really wanted to buy one of the Planes video games for my Planes review. I didn't. But I did watch the entirety of a long play of it. Think we'd ever get an 11-pack with all the World Grand Prix racers? The fact that that was never a thing is insane. That we get 11 packs every year and they haven't done that is crazy. I think it would be especially great now because of the GRC, because the GRC is kind of making us. We've been getting the GRC cars these past 2 years instead of the World Grand Prix cars, and they've been nice enough to keep putting the World Grand Prix cars in 5-packs. But to not have an 11-pack that's just all the World Grand Prix cars is insane. Wow, yeah, you're right. We do have 20 people. Jeez. Will you continue Project 10K? Yeah, the next Project 10K video is coming out soon. I actually I posted a channel update to my community page earlier today. Happy New Year, Cameron Matter. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year, everybody. If you didn't hear me say it before, Happy New Year, Carsboy95. Oh boy, watch all 23 people individually say Happy New Year. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of people asking me where that went, where Project 10K is. It's around. I just took off from it for most of December because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did a review every single day of December. I did 25 days. It took up a lot of my time. But for those of you that didn't read the community post, I can read it here. I may as well, and I could also elaborate on it. That might be a good idea. Let's see. I will now read to you the post I put on my community page. Or maybe I should just recap it. Yeah. So basically, the first point I make is the sheer amount of reviews I have to do. I have over 30 reviews right now. Over 30. I'm still reviewing a lot of the cars that I got in my hauls over the summer. I have like 10 cars from the I have like 10 cars from the Christmas haul and then multiple new releases. So I'm really hoping to consistently do reviews as close to daily as possible. It's been hard for me to consistently do daily reviews, but doing 25 days last month made me realize, like, yeah, it's something I could definitely still pull off, especially because I'm off this month from school. I don't go back until like the 21st. So there's a lot. Yeah, I have a list on my laptop. Let's see. What do I still need to review? From the Robin haul, from May, Carbon Racers Carla Veloso, Echo, Silver Racers Jeff, Silver Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen, MA Brake Drum, and Supercharged Dusty. From the Ivan haul, as I've called it, I still have to review Blue Grit and Shifty Sidewinder. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten Shifty. Poor Shifty was hanging up on the side of my reviewing area for a while. He will be one of the next reviews. From the haul from the Piston 11, I still have to review Gil, Doug Speedcheck, Artist Ramon, Cho, and the bootleg US Flag McQueen. For new cars, I have to review the GRC Jackson and Miguel 2-pack, which you've probably noticed hanging up in my background for the last several weeks now. GRC Carla, the 2025 release. Ken and Justin 2-pack, which is over to the left there. The GRC McQueen Color Changer, which I believe, did that win my poll? Did that win my last poll? That won my last poll, so that will be very soon. Currently, I'm going to have Ernie Gearson take priority and be probably today's review, unless I don't do a video today. Whether it be today or tomorrow, Ernie's the next review. I also have Logan Gearsall, who you see right there. I also have Guido with Cloth and Disney Store Muir, which I randomly got last year. And I also have to do the Christmas haul cars. Let me read the chat for a minute, and then I will continue with my my breakdown. Yeah, somebody asked if, yeah, do you think Tokyo Miders are $30 out of package? Considering that 3-pack tends to go for 50, I'd say probably. If it were me, I think I would probably just bite the bullet at that point and spend $20 more on the pack. Actually, probably not. Yeah, $30 or if he's in good condition, then I think that's a good price. Got him for 42 loose. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's see. I took more time reading Ty's post than doing a cardboard racetrack. I'm aware I write very long posts. I'm sorry. I'm a writing major. I wanted to just type out a post because it would be quicker than doing a whole video, but I know some people would rather watch me explain these things than read it. Well, GRC Miguel is good. I just wish he was a bit more different. You'll see when I review him. He does look pretty good, though. Why'd you get me into doing cars reviews, Ty? Come on, man. It's it's fun, I guess. Wow, I really didn't have a good response to that. I should have prepared an answer. Are you worried you're never going to complete the GRC in 155? I really don't mind. I'm close enough. I have 6 of the 9 of them. I really don't mind if I don't get the others. I don't really mind at this point. What are your thoughts on Skeleton Crew? I'm pleasantly surprised. I was really burnt out from Star Wars. I still am. I think a lot of Star Wars fans are. Skeleton Crew has been a nice breath of fresh air. I fear that in general it's kind of too little too late, but it has been quite fun. Genuinely. I think it really captures that spirit of just like being fun. The way the kids are written is really good. It's done by the team that did Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and I always commended them for how they write young people. So I had a feeling that they do well. I wish we saw a bit more of Jude Law. It's like it's so obvious to me that all the people making the show are having so much fun doing it. They all have so much charisma, and they just seem so happy to be there. And it's nice because it reflects on the final project. And I also appreciate the fact that it actually feels like a TV show and isn't just. It doesn't feel. It's one of the very few Disney Plus shows where I can say this feels like a TV show and it doesn't feel like a movie chopped into 8 pieces. Who scored Skeleton Crew? Michael Giacchino's son, which I think is super cool. His name is Mick Giacchino. I doubt he's that old. Yeah, I've heard about the new subline for 2025. I've spoken to somebody about the 2025 main line, and I don't know more than you guys. That's it. That's all I can say. I genuinely don't. But I have asked around some contacts, and I don't know. I don't think legally we can know yet. Or I'm just being gate kept. I'm kidding. Anyway, what else? Have you found On the Road Ramon yet? No. My most wanted item from 2024. I still don't have it. Raul is incredibly mediocre. GRC Raul, you would be surprised. GRC Raul is actually one of the most voted for cars in my best of 2024 ranking that I've done. He's gotten several more votes than most of the other GRC cars, so that might just be you on that. You try to get more cars YouTubers for videos. I do so many collabs. I always try to branch out and work with people um, that I haven't worked with before, but I tend to like to gravitate towards creators that I'm already friends with. It's very uncommon for me to just reach out to a random person I've never worked with before. That has happened before, but the reason why I so often work with the same people is because it's people in the community that I'm close with. I actually haven't found GRC Raul, so how's it going? I'm doing well, thank you, RSM Productions. I'm just reading through the chat, trying to see stuff I missed. Who are you missing from the GRC besides Rip, Lewis, and Jeff, obviously, because they're not out yet? So I am missing Cruz, Raul, and Max. And I'm yet to open Carla, Jackson, Miguel. I haven't opened them yet. If I'm correct, you have McQueen, Francisco, Stu, Jackson, Miguel. Yes. GRC Raul apparently invades UK stores. I have most of the racing tractors. There are a few I'm missing. They made so many, I got really burnt out of them, but I'm actually still I'm still missing several. I don't have the shiny wax one, and I don't have the easy idle one. I just never found those. It has surprised me that we haven't gotten like visual leaks for some of these new cars, but yeah, the Butane racing tractor coming back for 2024 was so random. Yeah, I don't know where Turbo Tractor's been. I think he just randomly published a short recently, but genuinely one of the nicest people I've met in this community. It was always fun working with him. Goodbye, Cars like Santiago. Yeah, I haven't really, to be honest with you, Luby, I haven't looked closely at GRC Mater. I picked up the Mini recently. I found it in the 2025 3-pack. I really don't mind. The fact that it exists is so strange, but it's obviously just Mater and like a fan design. It's like fun. It's enough for me. I don't think anybody was asking for something super deep or complicated because I don't think anyone asked for it in the first place. Yeah, it is sad to see, just like I've talked about it before. I'm not going to get into it again, but it's sad to see how many cards YouTubers just kind of disappear without a trace. Like, it's always upset me when a YouTuber does that in general. I think as somebody on this platform, you have an obligation to your audience to tell them if you plan to no longer make videos. Um, I know sometimes it's not an option, but for me, I would make sure no matter what, if I'm not making content anymore, I would ensure that that people know. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with another Carla. I I I I'm not sure, but I mean a video game alt is probably one of the best ideas. You think the Cars community is dying a little bit? I think it's been dead. I'm sorry, that was mean. I think I think we've been living in a zombie fan base for the last several years. I don't think any community is ever truly dead unless it's planes. Opinions on NASCAR. I'm not a NASCAR guy. I don't really watch any sports. Like I get bored. I think I'd be bored watching NASCAR, quite frankly. To me it's just like, okay, they're gonna go in circles. No, you'd be surprised. Cars is always popular with kids. Um Claims like that really bother me. It's like yeah, it's still popular with kids. Like, or they wouldn't still be making the toys. I had like the sweetest experience at a Walmart a few weeks ago. I saw like a 4-year-old kid with his dad at Walmart, and the kid was just naming off every single car there, and it was like the sweetest thing I've ever seen. He was just like, no, that one's. He picked up like Hall in gas, and he was like, oh, that one's from Cars One, and I was like, this kid's gonna take my job one day. It was genuinely like the most wholesome thing. And then there was me, random 20-year-old trying to look at the diecast. I just let them be. I looked at the Legos. That kid is going places. Yeah. Oh no, it's Robin. Everybody, this is the guy. This is the guy that sent me 30 cars I'm still reviewing. Thank you. So as I was saying a few minutes ago, I also in my community post spoke about Cars Adventures. I have some plans regarding Cars Adventures, and I'm not going to fully get into it now. But I really think that the best option is going to be sort of a format change for Cars Adventures. It's kind of hard to explain. Um, but I'm not going to get into it now. But I'm thinking of making some changes with the format. But I also in my post discussed the Cars Adventures is changing a little. It's something I'm not 100% on, but I don't want to say yeah because I don't want people to be concerned. I'm making some changes primarily to episode length. I think it'll be a positive change. I'm making some changes to episode length and season length, and again, I'll get into it. Yeah, see, I just no, I'm glad. I mean, NASCAR has an audience, and it's not me. Any movies planned? I have one in production. The Secret Cars Adventures movie, which I will say a bit more about soon. I actually haven't filmed it yet, but it's almost ready to start filming. Speaking of which, Project 10K still completely in the works, as I was saying over on my update on my community page. If you want the full details, you can check that out. People have been asking me about Project 10K. The fact that I did 25 days meant that I wasn't really able to do Project 10K, but in the background, I have the next video I fully recorded. It's 100 fun facts about my channel. It's about 45 minutes. I've edited a few minutes of it, not done with the editing, and then the video after that is actually like 95% done. Then after that, there are a few other projects. The Cars Adventures Secret movie is gonna take a little while because I want to make sure I can have time to promote it. And then the Q&A I've recorded, I think I've recorded like 2 hours of the Q&A. And then the custom mega review I want to knock out in like an afternoon. I use paint pens personally. People ask me about customs all the time. In addition to that, I end my post by talking about the planes video, which I'm still working on. We'll get there. And I also mentioned just the other series on the channel. A lot of other series. I'm very excited. Weird Products has been doing crazy well. I was gonna say stupid well. I said crazy well recently. Cars Book Club, every single car, my thoughts whenever there's news, and diecast history. One of my main goals for 2025 is to make diecast history more frequently. I want it to be a bi-weekly series, so every other week, but we'll have to see. It takes a very long time to make, but I really want to make it consistently. My next video should be my next episode of Diecast History should be the one on Doc, but it might be the 2024 catch-up video. I'm not entirely sure because, like, the goal of the catch-up videos is to have people, have the series catch up. But all of the catch-up video for 2024 are like the 4 McQueens that have come out since I've made that video. So I might wait until the end of 2025 and then do 2024 and 25. I'm really not 100% on that. Because as it stands, the current catch-up video would just be really short and not be that much. But the Doc episode is completely filmed. It is, let me double check. It's 21 minutes, so just a little bit shorter than the Sally episode. Granted, that is before editing, so there might be some parts cut out. Yeah, I have to mention the 2021 employee gift, and then the new color changer. But I thought that new McQueen color changer would be out by now, so that's one less card. Basically, all I have to add is the 2024 NASCAR McQueen and the employee gift, and talk about a few cars diecasts that are coming back for 2025 that I didn't talk about before. So I think I'll probably leave it up to a poll and see what my audience thinks. The Doc episode is my favorite video of the year, even though it's not out yet. Yeah, it was really fun to do the Doc episode. Doc has never really been a favorite character of mine, but it's just such a fascinating character when it comes to his history in the diecast line. It's easily been one of the most fun ones for me to review. Yeah, I think Eduardo suggested this to me to do an updated section on GRC McQueen. Since we really didn't know that much about him when I made my original video. I don't have an Apple car. One of these days I'll buy a bootleg. the point for diecast history is to be as comprehensive as possible. So if an item gets announced and isn't out yet when I make the video, I still like to incorporate it just because that way it's comprehensive, and it does kind of future-proof it, honestly. Paint your own Apple car, it's not going to look as good. For diecast history, are you going to do the Cars 1 Piston Cup Racers in one part or separate parts? Okay, so this is something I've thought about way more than I should have. This is something This is something I've planned out way more than I should have, because it'll be a while until we get to the Piston Cup cars. We have to do all the Radiator Springs cars, then the Radiator Springs visitors, and then we'll probably do Piston Cup. Probably. That will take literally, like, actually probably not that long. The problem with the Piston Cup cars, Chick Hicks will be, I'll say it now. For the doc video, you're going to wait to see if he gets a variant on the fire and rescue line, or just update it later on. Update it later on. If it's coming out in January, you know, I want the doc diecast history out within, like, the next week or two, so. Yeah, so that's what the catch-up videos are for. At the end of 2025, or the start of 2026, geez, that's far away, there will be a video where I talk about cars that have come out since I did the diecast history episodes. So a lot of the fire and rescue cars will probably end up in there, you know, because after Doc, the next episode is Luigi and Guido, and after that is Sheriff. Luigi and Guido are in 2 parts. After that is Sheriff. Say those are out by the end of February. If we haven't seen the Race to the Rescue line yet, then I'm going to have to go back, because we already know that there's a Sheriff and a Sheriff color changer coming out. So. But for the Piston Cup cars, it's going to get really tedious. It's going to get really tedious because, again, there are over 30 of them. And then there are also... well, Luigi and Guido's are split down the middle in terms of date. Both characters are being covered at the same time. It would be a mess if I didn't do it like that. Alright, guys, I actually have to go. I'll be back in a minute, and by then, I really hope that people are doing more in the chat than just writing GRC, insert character name here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So as I was saying about the Piston Cup cars, So as I was saying about the pissing up cars, the King and Chick Hicks will both have their own individual episodes. And then the pissing up cars will probably be split up into two parts. The annoying thing is that basically all of them have a rubber tires variant. So it's gonna get so redundant. It's just gonna be like this is Brush Kerber. Fun facts about Brush Kerber. This is rubber tires Brush Kerber. It's gonna be so repetitive. Half of that video is just gonna be the rubber tire variants, and it's gonna get really annoying. Then once in a blue moon, we'll have like metallic Ryan Shields or somebody interesting. I don't know if you talk about this. How's the planes video going? I actually just mentioned the planes video like 5 minutes ago. I also mentioned it on my channel update that I posted. Um, I'm still working on it. I haven't for a while. I'm gonna come back to it soon. Oh yeah, they did make a metallic hauling gas. Well, the Cars 3 pissing up racers are going to be even more annoying because all the next gens have like 8 variants. I can't wait to go. Like, Ryan, Chase, and Bubba will probably be their own episode, and that's maddening to me. This is Ryan inside Laney. This is Fireball Beach Ryan inside Laney. This is NASCAR Ryan inside Laney. This is Metallic NASCAR Ryan inside Laney. This is Metallic NASCAR Ryan inside Laney, but I don't care anymore. This is Glow Racers Ryan Laney. This is Glow Racers Ryan Laney, but a different color. This is Glow Racers Ryan Laney, but oops, all Chase Race a lot. Like it's gonna be. Oh yeah, the pit crews will be redundant too. It's just like I don't care. It's just like you would think. Like you would think that this would be like the Pacific Racers would be fun. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be really repetitive, unfortunately. Nobody would bat an eye if you just skip the next gens. At this point, with like how sick of them the fan base is. If I just talked, if I just talked about the normal variants of all the next gens, it would be so nice. I'm just looking over at my shelf right now, and it's gonna be a nightmare. I have to talk about Paul Conrev, Color Changers Paul Conrev, Tractor Paul Conrev, Beach Racers Paul Conrev, and Rocket Racer Paul Conrev. We're gonna be stuck on the next gens for like half a year. Like, let's break it down. I did say the Tractor Paul Conrev. I did. So let's break it down, okay? Okay. So, Chick Hicks for the Piston Cup. This isn't 100% official, but basically it's probably going to go something like this. Okay. So, Chick Hicks gets an episode, the King gets an episode. All the Cars 1 racers will probably be split up into 2 parts. The World Grand Prix racers will probably be covered across 3 episodes. The Cars 3 veterans will probably be split up into 2 parts. Then Cruz will have an episode, Jackson will have an episode, and the next gens will probably take up 3 videos. Danny, Ryan, Chase, and Bubba might get a dedicated episode, which I don't want to do, but I might. So, I mean, we'll have to see. Nobody care anyway, because both the Cybertruck and Elon suck. But guys, he's getting bullied on the social media site he bought. I mean, like, Francesco, I could give his own episode, but, like, Francesco, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't have that many more variants than the other World Grand Prix cars. I said the World Grand Prix cars. I said I could probably cover them all in 2 parts, maybe 3. Where is RoboSarge? You know, I did say RoboSarge will return, so I have on several occasions considered continuing the RoboSarge storyline, but we'll get there eventually. Well, Francesco doesn't even have a neon racer, so as much as I would like an episode on Francesco, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Cal, Bobby, and Brick could have their own episode. Part of it is like a branding thing, you know, like if that makes sense. Why do little kids love random racers? Why does the teenage and adult fan base love random racers? Um, yeah, the Cars 3 veterans, I said I could split up into 2 parts, but what a lot of people, what a lot of, like, what I'm not sure people know, because I'm not sure how it'll go either, is that, like, a lot of Diecast history episodes are gonna be rather short. It's just that so far we've done McQueen, Mater, and now Sally, and McQueen and Mater have a ton of variants. Doc's episode is going to be 20 minutes, but when we get to, like, Sheriff or Flo, I doubt we'll get past, like, the 15-minute mark. I tend to talk a lot. We might get there, but there are going to be a lot of episodes that are going to be quite a bit shorter. And that'll be nice, especially for my plan to make the series more frequently, but yeah. The thing with Diecast history, and it's something I said before, every single car is a series I've done since 2018, right? I've never done an episode for McQueen or Mater because I thought it would take too long. The thing with Diecast history is I knew I had to, if I wanted to do everything, I would have to start with McQueen and Mater. Getting them out of the way is something I'm so happy I did. It took so long to get through them. It took like 6 months, but I never have to talk about them again. I I I I never have to do an episode on McQueen and Mater again. It's done. I'll have to talk about more variants of them in catch-up videos, but I never have to do a full episode of McQueen or a full episode of Mater again, and I can move on. And there's never going to be a character more difficult than those two. There's never going to be someone more difficult because those are the characters with the most variants. I'm looking forward to the obscure stuff. Random 2010s one-off releases are my bread and butter. I'm so excited for the day I get to do a diecast history. I'm so excited for when we get past the main characters. I'm so excited to do like my episode on the Radiator Springs visitors and just be like, this is Duff Rex. This is his one variant. He also has a lenticular. It's going to be so fun when we get 2 episodes that are just tons of characters instead of just one. It's crazy I think we haven't done that yet. I guess technically we're doing Luigi and Guido soon, but like those are still Luigi and Guido. They go together. It's going to be really fun. And when I get to Cars 2 and I can do like an episode for Tokyo background characters or Italy background characters, I saw somebody mention planes. I do plan to cover planes eventually. See, this is why I want Diecast History to be a more frequent series on the channel. It's just, there's too much content. There are too many cars for me to not make it often. Well, I've talked about Disney Store cars and errors and inconsistencies on a variety of occasions, but yeah, I'm not going to cover them in Diecast History. I've had people ask me about mini racers as well. I'm just doing the 155 scale line. It's a big enough task already. Random question. Do you ever think about retiring from YouTube? Not anymore. There was a time where I didn't think I'd still be doing my channel now, but at this point it's very important for me and to me, and it's a very big part of my life now that I'm monetized. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. I'm sorry, you're all stuck with me. Yeah, the 155 skill line is already so much. I also just don't. People have asked me about Tombo before, which I thought was a great idea, but it's just I don't know the other diecast lines like I know the 155 scale line. And there's not as good documentation. I could definitely cover the mini racers. I don't think I will, but I totally could. How were we still doing the GRC joke? Guys, it wasn't... I'm sorry, it wasn't funny when we were doing it for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's so funny to me that there's a Cars short where H.J. Hollis is the main antagonist. Like, there were a few things in 2024 that took me by surprise more than McQueen going, I have to beat H.J. Hollis. It's like, I'm sorry, who? What'd you say? I don't think it's fan service. No, I think they just couldn't use Jackson Storm because he's, well. I forgot Ty folds in the highway cars into his radio transmitters. I don't know. I didn't mean to say Duff Rex. I just did. When Queen said I gotta beat HG for the championship, I rewinded and said, you're joking, right? Goodbye, Robin. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I mean, why is Mobtown Funk not watching the stream? I don't know. Did you hear him say he wants to make 3 videos a month this year? Do you really think that guy can pull it off? Yeah, the fact that there wasn't like a Lego set for Bricktoons was really annoying to me. I almost made a whole video just talking about that. Yeah, they could have replaced Jackson's voice. They have before, like in the video game. I don't know why. I do have HJ. I think I have all of the HJs. I even have all of his mini racers. And I don't even like. This guy kind of sounds like Ty too. You know what? You're right. There's no correlation between HJ being in an advent calendar and HJ having voice lines, but man, I don't know. His video about Long John Silver's made me want to eat Long John Silver's, and I realized I had sanity. Yeah, wasn't there some sort of like really gross meal Long John Silver's made recently? So in that video, there's a line where our old pal Uptown Funk goes like I've never had Long John Silver's, which coincidentally I haven't either. And he's like, if you have, let me know how it is. And all the comments are like, don't go there, don't do it. It's awful. HJ was just out in 2021. Some of the next gens only come out every few years, and others stay around for way too long. Eric Breaker. They sponsor a NASCAR team. That NASCAR team kind of sucks. Just like their food. No way. Great coincidence. You know, I've never been to an Arby's. I don't eat much meat. I don't think I would like Arby's. Can you show us your rip? Sure. Ignore the fact that a chunk of him is missing. I've wanted a replacement for years. I also have Thailand rep, which is easily... It was from the first ever Thailand wave, which was really bad. I should just buy a Made in China rip online. But I have a feeling that when he comes back... I have a feeling that the next time Thailand makes him, he's going to look insanely good. Do you have any Carbon or Ice Racers? I have a few of each. I got Carbon Racer Carlo last year from Robin, who I then realized is like $100 over here, which is crazy. Um, and I have quite a few, yeah. What's your favorite expanded universe line? Honestly, I don't know. I know I did a tier list last year for them. I don't remember what I put at the top. Um, I tend to prefer ones that focus on the Radiator Springs cars instead of ones that focus on racers. Favorite packaging style? Probably my favorite is I usually say Blue Desert is my personal favorite, but I don't like how it cropped the characters so you couldn't see all of them. But in terms of background, it's that for sure. Yeah, I usually just prefer the Radiator Springs variants because they're actual main characters. It kind of drives me crazy that we have like 9 versions of Ryan inside Laney who has 3 lines, and I don't I usually don't care. I love Ursa Ramen, but the mid 2010 series packaging made the most sense for long term, so disappointing to drop it after Earth 3. I get that. Oh yeah, 2018 is probably my least favorite. I really want to do a tier list. I've been meaning to for a long time, tier list of packaging styles. You think they'll release Lewis Hamilton this year? Well, considering he's getting a GRC variant, I don't think they'll release the normal one. Is he in that new 5 pack? He might be in that new 5 pack. Let me see. I don't remember. Wasn't he in this year's 5 pack? When do you think the new GRC leaked racers will release? I'm not sure. It took a while. The GRC wasn't introduced until like May or June of this year, but I think I'd assume it should be earlier on in the year, considering we're getting Race to the Rescue. If we had it my way, I would have the other GRC cars be released in the first half of the year, before the Race to the Rescue stuff, and I think there's a pretty high chance they do that. I think that would be the smartest way to play it. Um, wrap up the GRC before we do that. When does the poster usually come out? It's never consistent. Last year it was February for some reason, but usually it's around June. Next case will be a 6-1. Geez, really? See, here's the thing. I love Cars 2 for the world building and the characters and the designs. As a collector, I love Cars 2, and I think it's genuinely so overhated. But I rewatched it last year and I was like, oh, like I get it now. Like I think I finally understood why people really don't like it. On my most recent rewatch, I was almost saddened by it. I started thinking Mater was just kind of insufferable. I think it's genuinely really overhated. But again, I come to Cars content kind of as a collector first. So to me it's just really cool cuz like look at all it has the best character designs in the series. Ty, if you could sacrifice any diecast to get Blue Gremlin with headset, who would you sacrifice? I don't know. What's your favorite? Cars 2 is stupid. It really is, and I love that. So you gotta look at it like that. Sacrifice Jonah Jackson. Guys, and then Rusty's 95 immediately said that too. I'm genuinely really sad because I got GRC Shu, Carla, and Miguel, which means Jodon Jackson will officially no longer be on the shelf that's right above me when I film reviews. And from now on, I'll have to pick another car as my go-to comparison item. And it's really sad. Also, Cal is gone, and Cal's like my favorite character. He's on my other shelf now. He's far away. So from now on, I have to pick a different character. I should just settle for Jimmy Lugren. She's the same. But yeah, it's gonna be sad. I can't use Jodon Jackson as an example anymore. Or Metallic Cal, whether there's a regular Cal. It's annoying because the cars that are in the most easy reach for me, because I just pull from the shelf very often when I need like a size comparison. But so many of them are just so weirdly shaped. Like, I don't want to bring out River Scott for a size comparison. I may have to start reaching higher up and grab, like a Cars 1 piston up car. Like, I grab Manny Flywheel. We could do something like that. Are you going to get the new Spider-Verse Lego set? I'm waiting for the minifigure series to be revealed. Then I'll make my decision. No, I will not, but I might get the game controller jet. I bought a Lego Dream set recently and I actually really liked it. It's insane to me how seriously people take my jokes about Jodon Jackson. Like, when I last made. I don't speak Spanish now. I'm Italian. I took a Spanish class. I actually just finished one, but it's not I'm not very good at it. Um, I just did it because it was a requirement, so unfortunately I don't. Um, I also don't speak Italian, so don't ask. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I made like a Jodon Jackson joke in a recent 25 Days episode. I got several comments this time from people being like, "Why do you make fun of Jodon Jackson?" It's like it's a toy car. I don't feel that deeply about it. And like let me say this in the nicest way possible. I'm making a joke about a toy car. I don't feel that deeply about it. I don't feel that deeply about any toy car, quite frankly. I make jokes about Jodon Jackson. I don't even know how it started. It's just a character I don't really like the design of. I think it's fine. It's just one that I just don't really like how it looks. I don't think the paint job looks good. I think he's got kind of a goofy name. A large part of it is just how fun his name is to say. Jodon Jack, like it's not even a car pun. And usually I'm fine with the names not being a pun, but it's just a really generic sounding name. Um, I just never really liked how he looked. And then Jimmy Lugwrench came out, and I actually got Jimmy Lugwrench before I got Jodon Jackson. And I really, really like Jimmy Lugwrench. Just Jodon Jackson is just like it's not an interesting design in my opinion. And so I just joke that I don't really like it. And it's become a running joke. And now I guess it's gone far enough where people don't really know that it's a running joke and get offended when I make jokes about it. But genuinely, like in the nicest way possible, if you're offended by me saying that I don't like a toy car, like I don't know what to tell you. If I had a kid, I would name him Jodon Jackson. Good choice. All right, I think we're gonna stop in a little bit. Um, but thank you all for joining us here today. I think we've had some pretty funny conversations. If you hear background noise, I'm sorry. The wind is really crazy outside today. Need to make a character named Lenny. Not Lenny! Oh no, I didn't say the stream's over. I said it was gonna end in a little bit. Why does everybody think wait, why does everybody think it's over? I said I'm gonna end it in a little bit. Ty, what would you do if your phone just blew up? Probably be dead. Or injured. I mean, with how I'm sitting, I'd end up looking like Two-Face. But not like a cool like one of the like what's a bad version of Two-Face? Like bad Two-Face design. Well, I guess all of them, or ones you wouldn't want to look like. Do you have Vladimir Trunkov? I didn't for a very long time. I only had his parking boot variant. It's okay, guys. He has an iPhone. Yeah, they don't explode. It's the Samsungs we should worry about. Does Cape Crusader have a bad Two-Face design? I didn't watch Cape Crusader. It just didn't seem interesting to me. Don't ask me about Creature Commandos. I've only seen one episode. Oh wow, Cape Crusader has an awful Two-Face design. Wait, that might be that might be the worst Two-Face design. Jeez, that's like really it looks lazy almost. I'm already hitting on Jimmy Logren because how badly you treated Jodan. You say that like I'd care. It's a toy car. Well, I mean, the design for Batman and Cape Crusader is based on his debut from like the 30s, and it's very, very specific. Is Creature Commandos over already? Oh, okay. Like I liked Creature Commandos from what I saw, but I'm also getting really tired of the format of James Gunn takes obscure characters and makes dirty jokes with them. The end. Like I like James Gunn, but I'm getting a little tired of it. I watched it and I was just like why did we make this and not season 2 of Peacemaker? How many times can you make a team of obscure characters and still make it feel unique? Our Clayface is in it. That's sick. You still plan on getting Randy? I never found Randy. I missed Randy 2 times. He was out. Um, I don't know. How much does he go for online? Um, is that Cardinal in the background? Yeah, that's the new GRC 3 pack. Is he? Let's see how much Randy goes for. I mean, if he's cheap, I'll probably get him just because I don't have him. If I remember correctly, he was #1 on my worst car of the year list, which is crazy. In a year where Road Rumbler Mater exists. Oh, he's like $20. Yeah, it's Randy. I'll pass. I got him for $5. I was lucky to get mine for $3.47. You guys are just listing the regular prices that they sell cars for. All the Randys I saw were about 25 in the US, so it varies from region to region. Yeah, I mean, I never found him, and I don't mind. He's not very good. Most of the listings when I looked up Disney cars, Randy was Randy Lawson. Same. Yeah. Yeah, Randy was a big disappointment. I'm not like glad I don't have him. I would love to have gotten him. I just missed him, unfortunately. In both waves he was out. Unfortunately, I just didn't find him. Sorry if you heard background noise. I had to plug my laptop in. I've kind of come around on Mark Sontheimer. Mark Sontheimer is so lame. I love him. I don't think did Mark Sontheimer make my worst list. For the record, I'm not doing a worst list this year. Because as critical as I've been of the 2024 Cars Diecast line, adding more negativity to it isn't going to help. And I also think that this year had a really solid lineup of new releases, so I don't really have anything. I couldn't find 5 worst releases for this year. I couldn't find 5 cars I disliked a lot. Disliked enough. Yeah, my top 5. Yeah, Mark was on the top 5. Okay. But it's also why I don't have a top 10. Like, I'm not doing a best re-releases list because this year had bad re-releases. I'm just doing a top 10 best list, viewer's choice, and my choice. which, for the record, if you haven't voted for, you can do so right now. Shameless plug time. If you want to choose the best car of the year, you can vote right there. Thank you. What happened to Cars Diecast errors and inconsistencies? I'm actually I'm hoping to do a new episode soon. The thing with errors and inconsistencies is I just don't enjoy making it like I used to. I voted in the first 20 minutes and had to revote. Yeah, because I didn't lock it off to one vote per person, and then somebody came in and voted for Space Creature McQueen 36 times. So I'm sorry, everyone had to revote. Errors and inconsistencies, I just stopped really having fun making. This is not a series I enjoy doing anymore, but I would like to do a new episode soon. I was actually earlier today. I was thinking of doing a new one, so we'll have to see. I want to see some real obscures. Yeah, I have some fun ones planned for when I do a new one. Well, I started errors and inconsistencies in 2019, but that's nice. Sure, I thought about Eric Breaker. I did. The funny part is that, like, you voted for Space Creature McQueen 36 times and you thought I wouldn't notice. Road tried to pull a fast one. I voted for Ghost Tractor. Don't ask. Actually, the Ghost Tractor got several votes. Actually, Ghost Tractor has at least at the beginning it did. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, Ghost Tractor has gotten. Ghost Tractor is. I can't say it yet, but Ghost Tractor is up there. Like you might see it on the final list. How many vote 36 times? How many males does he have? See, that's the problem. I didn't lock off the poll to one answer per person. So you actually could have gone in there and gone again and again and again. Now I fixed that. So yeah, at first I thought it was a bot issue. Then I realized that I didn't have it locked off to one per person. When will Disney make a GRC color changer, McQueen? Funny story there. Funny story there. Came out a few months ago. There's also a Francesco plan for the next wave of color changers. So we don't know what color Francesco will be yet. I vote 36 times for Tractor Goes. We have 129 votes currently. Last year I cut off the vote at 190. I'm hoping to get more because, spoiler alert, spots number 1 and 2 are different, but there's like a 4 or 5 way tie for third place right now. So we gotta wait. Thank you for joining us, Carsway 95. One, two, 9 votes. Coincidence? Yes, because a minute ago it was 128. It's crazy to me. Like, I mean, I don't mind. I do hope that I get more votes. You know, it is funny to see like what percentage of people who watch the video go and vote. But like, I don't want to complain. You know. How much is the most voted car winning? Okay, so currently the top two have been tied for the past few days. But currently one has 14% of the vote and the other has 14.7. So one has 19 votes and the other has 18. They've been duking it out for a long time, tied or overtaking each other. Do you have any new series ideas for 2025? Isn't Color Changers GRC McQueen 2025 released? I think technically, because he came out in like November. Um, any new series ideas? I don't really have any that come to mind immediately. Um, last year I did Cars Book Club and Diecast History, and those have taken me a really far, a really long way. So I'm not really sure. I don't really plan. Check copyright date. Yeah, I can. Copyright date is 2024. Yeah, so he's technically 2025. Yep. Color changes get confusing because they're not mainline. But yeah, I don't really have any new series planned for this year yet. Maybe I'll come up with one later. But for now, it's focusing more on the series that I do have is a big goal of mine for this year. But I include Color Changers Jeff because he released in like January. No, Color Changers Jeff was actually the first 2024 car I bought in a store. He's a 2024 release. Yeah, yeah, like I said, I got some fun stuff coming up. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap things up. So I'd like to take a moment, thank all of you for joining us today. Thank you all for watching the stream. And tune in to the channel this year because we got a lot of really fun stuff that I'm working on that I'm very excited to make. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching the live stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.